Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Bitcoin report for Friday, January 21. And what we're looking at here are the CME futures on a daily chart. And as I've mentioned before with this particular market, that it doesn't have the big spike in it that was created from pretty much just one big whale in that particular instance, so I don't think that should dictate what the whole change in the market should be. And so smoothing that out, really, we've got 1 2 3 4 5 for 1 and 2 here, 1 2 3 4 5 here for 3 4, and then here we've got 1 and 2, a nice third wave down here as I've mentioned before, and then we're looking for the fourth wave, and now we're looking for the fifth wave here. Now we've made a new low here, so it's really confirming that. It was a sharp move down on the futures, but still on low volume here. So because we've got 5 waves down here, yeah, it's possible that we can go all the way up and make new highs, but it's probably more likely that as I mentioned before, we will see some type of ABC pattern here and then another move down at that point. But my point of looking at this particular chart here is just to show you that there is a nice 5 waves here on the CME futures. I mean, it's pretty perfect. I don't know how you'd get anything sort of better than that. And if you've got 5 waves here in the opposite direction of the trend, I mean, I would like to see it, I would like to say that, this is wave 4 over here, but as a C wave coming down here, as an A and a B and a C wave down here, it's not really long enough. I mean, we can call it a running flat, and that would be fine as well. I think with most Elliott people that I've seen sharing counts, and I'm grateful for sharing ideas. We're all in the same Elliott boat, floating down the same river, looking for a bit of pocket money. So, it's not. So it's good to share and so on, because they're ideas. And but I find that none of us really know what's going to happen next. We've got 5 waves down here, so like I said, we could just continue to push up there. On the Bitcoin Cash, I can count it down as an ABC coming down as well. A little bit dodgy, and I'm pushing it, and I've seen people do X, Y, Z, whatever down here as well, and all of those sorts of things. But I just think we should just take it as one step at a time and say to ourselves, well, we don't know the answer, in the bigger picture. So we should just, chill and take it one step at a time. And you can see here from this wave 4 down to this wave 5 here that we're looking for 5 waves here, 1 2 3 4 5. So after the 5 waves, we're going to get some sort of rally here, and we'll look at that rally, and if it's in an impulse wave, well, then we'll move with that. But I think that this is all an impulse wave here, and then we'll look for an ABC back up into here, and then we'll go down here. Now we can talk about that. So in the first instance, we can look at this as 1 2 3 4 5 here, and we will have a look at a correctional pattern here. That's not a WXY, it's just a simple ABC, and so we could push up from there. So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll see how this structure performs moving up here. If it's a wave 2, it's going to be in 3 waves. Somebody has also mentioned to me that we could be in a larger ABC pattern over here, and still in the wave 4, and I think, well, that's possible too. And and as I mentioned before, we can count this down here as wave 4 to here, and then look at this as 1 2 3 4 5 here for the top of wave 5 here, and then look at wave 3 here. So if we've got wave 3 up here, primary wave 3, we'll be looking for an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave down here again. So that's all doable as well. And then we've also got the original count we've had here, the A wave here, the B wave up here, and 1 2 3 4 5 down here. So there's a lot that can be done, and yeah. So anyway, yeah, I mean, basically, I have to say for myself, I don't know what the pattern's going to be, and I'm a reasonable Elliott wave person, but I can just see so many options there, and yeah, it's just the way it is. I mean, if we go to having this wave 3 up here, I think it's quite logical as well, 1 2 3 4 5 up here, especially having the length of this here, because if this was an A wave and a B wave here, and looking for the C wave to go down here, yeah, sure, the distance we took out the top here, the distance we can take out the bottom here is an expanded flat, but this wave 1 has got a fair bit of depth to it. If wave 3 is going to be longer, that's going to be sort of down here. That means that wave 4 is going to be all sort of shoved up and really small there, and that sort of doesn't make sense either, so that will be sort of way down here. So I like the idea of wave wave 4 to wave 5 here. I mean, Ethereum made a much bigger high here, but sometimes with Elliott, the fifth wave here can be truncated and be shorter than the top here. So yeah, I mean, so let's just check on that. So looking at it like this here, just as a bit of simplicity here, as wave 4 here, 1 2 3 4 5 for 5 of 3, and then an A and a B and a C wave here. I don't see any sort of problem with that. All I can say at the end of the day is that you know, from my perspective, we were looking for one more low to come into play here. That's pretty obvious to me. And then you know, we're looking for some sort of ABC here, be a B wave or wave 2 or B wave of another particular pattern. But because we've got the 5 waves here, we should get a correction in another 5. So anyway, if this is going to be a wave 2 here and we're going to go straight up from there, then my count on the way down here would look a bit like this from the top. I'm missing the trading levels. I'm missing my 65. 65 is a medium level, is always halfway between two major levels. So 5 and 100 or 80 is the next major trading level. So just the Fibonacci numbers. 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, 80,000, that sort of thing. 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. And medium levels are halfway in between that. So an A and a B and 1 and 2 and the third wave down here. There's only 3 waves back up here. There's 5 on Ethereum, but 3 here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Then a nice A, B and C wave here in 5. And then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then 1 and 2 and 3. We'll talk about that next in here. So anyway, that would be the wave 2 at that particular point. And we can just go straight up from that point. But like I said, I don't know, but when this finishes here, we should be looking at a move to the upside. So let's go in and have a closer look at that. So on the hourly chart, I mean, yesterday for the folks here, we looked at, for our members, we looked at being long just in here. Got a sharp move up there, and that was the end of it. We're aware of the bearish count, but we went through and had a look at all of this as being wave 1 and 2 in here, and then we traded long on that point there. It didn't last long, and a bit of a Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. But the bearish count is this one here. So in a nutshell, we'd always had the wave 4 here, looking for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here. And then the best fit for this here is down for 1, ABC for 2, and there's 5 waves in this sequence here for wave 3 here. The 4 here, yes, it does overlap over here, but when that occurs, I mean, Elliott done all his work with non-derivative products, so you know, a lot of these markets are leveraged now and are slightly different. So sometimes you just got to find out the best fit for things. So for me, I've got wave 1 here with an A wave and a B wave and a C wave up here for wave 2, and then we're coming down here. We've got wave 3, 4, and 5 to play out here for this 5th wave. Now we've made a new low below here by the looks of it, so we're certainly on track here. It's how to count this now. So we've got 1 and 2. That would be pretty obvious. So it's how do we count this? So let's just go to our 100 ticks. Would that do the? Could be a start. Let's just get in a bit more data. Oh, that's enough. I'll get in a bit more. Anyway, so we've got this wave 5 here, 1, and then we've got the A, the B wave here, and the C wave up there for 2. So basically we've got 1 and 2 here. I'm going to get some more data in here because I want to just check on something while we're here. That's enough. So what I need to do here is just bear with me a sec. I just use my little yardstick here. Just where's it gone? Oh yeah, that's it. Is that right? Yeah. So down to this point, what I want to do here now is just get the length of this, just roughly. I mean, it's probably not the most professional way to do it, but that's the way it goes. Okay, so, because what I was thinking here, when I look at this move here, I can see from here that's all of the 3rd wave in here, right? So this has got to be wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and all of that's wave 5 here. So all of that structure there is just one, you know, cycle, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I can see that this here is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or maybe to there, I'm not quite sure, but an A and a B and a C, I'm not quite sure, we'll check. So I mean, what I was thinking is, can we put wave 3 here? I mean, it's sort of forcing it and pushing it a little bit, and wave 4 there, and wave 5 here for that. We'll just pop it there for the minute, and then call that wave 5 in. But this length here, wave 1 here, looks a little bit, which makes this wave 3 a bit shorter, doesn't it? You know, so it's probably not the case. So because I was thinking, well, could we go, you know, could we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and finish it? Can that be the end of it there? You know, so that's a possibility, but it may not be the case as well. So. So we just got to see how this plays out now. That's all, because it could play out. It could play out that this is just wave 1 here, and this is wave 2 here, and we've got a much deeper move coming into play here. And then this one here, this move down here, would be wave 1 and 2 again here. I just need a smaller one in here. So wave 1 and 2 in here, so to speak, and then we come down again here. I mean, if we get, let's just, you know, from this low here to, call it to this low, if we get a move above the 61.8%, let's just keep things really simple for a moment. If we get support on 4,200, then we've got a low in place. Okay, and any move up to here, let's just see how it goes. Let's see, that could be wave 1 here, and 2 here, and 3 here, and 4 here, and 5 here to that point. If we can get a move to the 61.8%, well, then we'll get 3 waves back, and then you can start looking at moving in over this point. Or we may just get 3 waves to this point and then move down. So we have to get onto the 42 here, just to keep things really simple with the classic trading levels pattern here, the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, the ABC pattern, and then moving up there. That pattern is what we need on that level there. We need, in one way or another, you need to sort of get a visual on support there as a tested support. Otherwise, we should be looking to go a little bit lower, you know. Now, in terms of going lower, like I said, we can count all of this down as wave 1 here and 2 here, just for the third wave here. So we're going to, you know, we've still got further to go. So we'll be looking a bit. I always look at 38 because that's the first group below. So if I go 36,500, that's the lower end of group 2. Close enough. And then we've got 72 in here, which will be 37. So normally, when I'm working with this number here, this large number here, we would look back up here at the top of group 1. So that's 1, 2, and 3 here. That's group 1. And then here, this is group 2. That's our swing range for all of this. So normally I don't get involved in the markets in that particular space. And if I do, I allow the market has to mature first. The pattern has to mature, and we must know what it is at that stage. But when it just arrives here, you know, it's going to bounce around a lot. So yeah, we don't know if we've got a low in place. If we've got a low in place, this would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, and that's the end of it. But you know, that's pushing it a little bit. It just doesn't have the right look and feel about it. So we'll just see. You know, we're looking for the low below the level. Let's just let it unfold a little bit first, and then we can make some decisions about things. But nothing to do at the moment with this. Let's just pick it up. I'll put a video out on the weekend. If I can make heads or tails of this, I'll put out a video to members. I'm going to leave that there. So in the meantime, consider the market sort of still going down. Expect it to bounce around the 40. The 38 is the next serious support. The 39 is a support, and you'll see the market bounce around that. But it's really this group 2 here that will be the mainstay of all of this. And in the meantime, if you get support on 42, well, then you know that we've got the low end and we're going higher at that point. But for our members, I'll keep an eye on this, and I'll see if I can put Humpty Dumpty together, and then we'll ride all the king's horses back up. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.